Hello everybody, Travis Calger here for the Unit 3 presentation. If you've never watched one of my videos before, I've been in the fire service for over 20 years now. So, in my case, I am referencing the fire company. However, this applies to any type of organization, whether it be school, church, a social club, baseball, anything like that, any type of organization as a whole. And I'm going to talk a little bit about conflict resolution and emotions, as well as some leadership traits. Because everybody wants to be perceived in a good light. They want to have a good social face. They don't want to be seen as the bad guy in most cases. So for the fire company, we've got over 70 people as members, ages 14 through over 80. So you can imagine that's a lot of people with a lot of opinions with a dynamic background. So with the age range, that means the way I deal with a conflict might not be the same way somebody else deals with a conflict and the same way you deal with a conflict. So I'm hoping with this video I can help my organization and your organization or anyone who watches this to help their organization to be a better place, to be a more positive place when dealing with conflict. Now, something that exists in most conflicts is emotion. I know this is a little hard to see, but there is emotion starting in the beginning, during, and after. Anybody that's been in a passionate, heated argument knows there are always emotions that come into play. Myself, I will go from 0 to 100 quickly, especially in a good argument. It's just one of my flaws. But when you're dealing with emotions, you also need to remember your emotions as well as the other person's. The job is not always to win. That doesn't mean just because you won that it is the best outcome. You could win and still look like the bad guy. You need to remember when dealing with conflict to try to keep the emotional level down and to look at it from the other person's point of view as well. Something else that's crucial is look at the entire picture of something. If you have a scenario, look at all of it, not just one piece. Remember, the other person has an opinion and they have a right to that opinion. Everybody can have an opinion and they don't have to match. That's something that we need to remember these days. Everybody can have their own opinion. So you don't want to be the person with the egg on your face, and neither does the other person involved in the conflict or in the debate. In Florida, they did a survey with firefighters regarding leadership roles. And the negative leadership attributes that they came up with, firefighters labeled the leaders as judgmental, they don't care, self-centered, they're isolated, they're disengaged from everybody, and they are lazy. This is nothing that you want to be involved in. You don't want to be on this list. You don't want to be the negative leader. You want to maintain positive leadership roles. And these people actually scored lower on their well-being exam because of the negative leadership. You want to be a positive leader. Now, to be a positive leader, you do not need to be in a leadership role. Let me say that again. You can be a positive leader and not be an appointed leader. You can just be the good member that is positive and looks out for the best well-being of the organization and the other members. That's who you want to be, because those leaders make excellent appointed leaders. Now, when they did the same survey of positive leaders, people found that the leaders were consistent, they were honest, they continued their learning, which is something crucial in the fire service and actually in life. You never want to stop learning. They're empathetic, which is one of my downfalls. I lack empathy in a lot of things. They have open communication and they lead by example. That's one of the big ones. You want to be the leader that leads by example, because those same leaders took and scored higher, or the same firefighter scored higher on their well-being check than the negative ones. So being a positive leader is crucial. And it might not even be a leader. Maybe you are helping somebody else in the organization with a problem, with a conflict, whether it's through the organization or it's something in life. You want to be that positive person. You want your social face to be a positive. You want people to know that you're a good, caring person. If you're always out to win at any cost, you might not have that social face. You might think you do, but in reality, you have a negative social face. So when having conflict, try to remember that emotions will always play in. You need to try to look at everything in the larger scale. Look at the big picture. Look at all the circumstances and consider the other person. Remember, you don't want egg on your face, and neither do they. So, organizations are like complex organisms. They're made up of all different types of things that are interwoven, and they need to work together. Sometimes it just breaks. But a positive leader and positive members can help repair that to make that organism work flawlessly like it should. Now, if you are a leader, remember, it is your job to lead. It is your job to champion the positive change, to be the change that the members need and that the people look up to. That's why you were selected. Thank you, everyone, and I hope you remember to be the positive champion in any type of organization. Thank you.